Hey, is this weird? Hi, sorry. Hello. Um, so I'm Time Pants, and I'm really passionate about wrestling, and I just want to share that with you, if you would be so kind as to let me. So I want to talk to you about my favorite wrestler, Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy, wait, hold on. Sorry, just you never wear the T-shirt of the wrestler you're talking about. That's a real big no-no in the industry, which I'm clearly a part of. So I want to talk to you about Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy is kind of my hero. So his entire gimmick, his character, is that he doesn't care. Like, he's a wrestler who doesn't like wrestling. He's a guy who doesn't really do promos. Like, his promo style is that he stands there with his hands in his pockets, doesn't really like react anywhere on his face area, and just like gives a couple sentence answer, like usually just maybe 10 or 12 words. He just doesn't care. He's too cool for school. But he really is. Everybody loves Orange Cassidy. So he went on this incredible tear with the AEW International Championship. It's basically the championship belt for the wrestlers who are the best at wrestling. Like, they might not be the best on the microphone, they might not sell the most t-shirts, but they are the guys who go the best in the ring. So Orange Cassidy held that title for almost a year. He defended it 31 times before he lost to Jon Moxley in just an incredible match, my favorite match of all time. Maybe someday we'll talk about it. But right now, we're talking about what I think Orange Cassidy's plans should be for the future. Because people right now are talking about, like, oh, Orange Cassidy is cooling off. Like, tagging with Hook in like a trios match with him and Hook and Chris Statlander, like, they're just not on Cassidy's level. Well, I've read some interviews from Cassidy, and he doesn't really operate like that. He's not a guy who's like, I need to be with people at my level. He's like, I need to bring people up to my level. I respect the hell out of that. So here's a plan for a future storyline, which I think raises a lot of wrestlers up, but it also raises Cassidy's star. So everybody comes out of this looking a little bit better than they did when we started. So here's my pitch. So, and FTR fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do to you. FTR fans, FTR is great. They're great. I'm sorry. So FTR has been defending their AEW Tag Team Championship belt in sort of an open challenge style, which is to say, they basically are letting a bunch of up-and-coming tag teams, challenge for the belt on big TV shows, and they give them 10, 12 minutes in the ring, make them look great. I'm sorry, I'm speaking really clinically about this. I'll try and bring a little bit more passion. So we're not talking about TV minutes. Basically, they've been having great matches on TV. So for full year, the best friends win basically a tournament to get to challenge FTR for the titles. So basically they go into the match, it's babyface versus babyface. You don't have to make anybody look bad. No one has to come out of this looking like the bad guy. FTR's given people a shot. Best friends, they've been good, but they've never won the big one, right? So, they're giving the best friends, a big match on a big stage for a big title. FTR loses. So, sorry. You give them a great 20-minute match, 20 minutes, 37 seconds. Gotta get that runtime. And best friends, Now hold the belts. Well, that same night, just kind of Orange Cassidy's style, he's there, to just challenge, you know. He's open to fight anybody. He don't care. So he fights Will Ospreay, and loses again. And so in my mind, Will Ospreay is always sort of that guy Orange Cassidy could never beat. Like that is his kryptonite, okay? So he wrestles Will Ospreay, loses. That same night, Chris Statlander defends her TBS championship against Britt Baker. Britt Baker wins. Or sorry, no. Chris Statlander wins, retains. Hook, he fights Brian Cage for the FTW championship. Hook wins. So now, all of Orange Cassidy's peer group is holding gold except for him. The script's flipped. He spent the last year being the one guy in the group who had a belt, right? He was like the only person to have a belt for about half of that time, maybe more. So now he's the one trying to catch up to his friends. And even though he has this outward poise that he doesn't care, he really deep down does. He wants to be the leader. He wants everybody to chase him. He wants to be, the best friend of the best friends, right? He's just that kind of guy. So he does all this while he pretends no sweat. But as we saw, defending that championship 31 times, it's taken a toll on him. It did wear him down. And now he's just not quite able to get back up to that level when he went on that year-long tear. So he breaks up with the best friends. Not like maliciously, but he's basically just like, guys, I'm not hanging with you. I'm holding you back. I'm the loser of the group. You're better off without me. I'll catch up. I gotta just sort some things out. And they're like, you don't have to go, man. You're Orange Cassidy. You'll bounce back. And he's just like, nah. I'll be back. And they're like, well, he'll be back. Orange Cassidy always comes back. That's his thing. He's Mr. Comeback. So he heads to Ring of Honor the next week. And he challenges Samoa Joe for now the longest reigning TV championship title in Ring of Honor history. Guys, if you fact check me on the dates, and I'm not 100% on this, I'm so sorry. But for real, so he challenges Samoa Joe, beats him. Orange Cassidy wins the big match in Ring of Honor, takes Samoa Joe's title in the main event where nobody else could for almost 6-8 months at this point. Like, that's a long run. So, I mean, maybe almost a year. So yeah, like, dethroning Samoa Joe, there's prestige in that belt. Like, that transition, that is a hot belt coming out of that match. Orange Cassidy is like, first match every night, it's me. I'm the new TV champion. Take me on. Anybody. Bring it. And so he does. He, I didn't know about Shane Taylor. Like, I'm not a Ring of Honor guy. I'm Mr. AEW. And use the prefix Mr. a lot. Hold my hand up like this. It's just what I do. Sometimes I switch. So, yeah, I found out about Shane Taylor at All Out. That guy is amazing. I just want to see him in more matches. So here's what I'm saying. First big challenge for Orange Cassidy Go up against Shane Taylor, Mr. Punches, right? Orange Punch versus Shane Taylor's boxing background. Tell me you don't want to see that. Like, I'm not a punch kick guy. I love moves, but like watching Shane Taylor, like, box his opponent in the ring, mental. So good. So yeah, after that, why not take on Brian Cage? Don't you want to see that? Brian Cage is like a human artillery platform, and Orange Cassidy is a bomb. I want to see what happens when these two, like, combustible elements interact. Like, Brian Cage is known as the Swolverine, and if anything, I think that name kind of downplays how big this dude is. Okay? He's huge. Like, watching Orange Cassidy try to, like, just bounce off him and just keep hitting him and being like, he's just so big, why won't he go down? Because Orange Cassidy's, he's like 5'10", 160 pounds. He's just normal man size, right? So after that, Cesaro, they got beef. Like, Orange Cassidy pinned Cesaro in the Stadium Stampede, basically a 5-on-5 match that just happened all over the stadium. Just blood and thumbtacks and like broken glass and like barbed wire and weapons and just a whole lot of way too much, you guys. Like, it was insane. It ended with Orange Cassidy wrapping his hand in medical tape and then like sticking a bunch of broken glass in a bucket. Like, he just shattered a beer bottle or something, just stuck his hand in it, ran up and Superman punched the guy on the other team, pinned him. End of the match, end of your night, right? You're probably not gonna make the after party after taking a slug like that to the dome. Okay, so he beats Cesaro. I'm saying, give Joe a rematch. Why not, right? How about Ray Fenix? Like, tell me you don't want to see the guy who, like, is 100% go all the time versus the laziest man in the world. Tell me you don't want to see that. So, here's what I'm thinking. After he goes on, like, a good long tear, and I'm saying, like, if he can do, if this can be a year-long run, here's what I'm thinking. 30-0. He's on a 30-win streak in Ring of Honor, holding this title. He is almost there. He has almost eclipsed his old run. He can almost feel like, I've caught up. Even though his other teammates may have lost their titles, it wouldn't be the same. If he returned without finishing what he started, it wouldn't be right. So he's going to finish this run. He doesn't know what's going to happen after 31-0, but Orange Cassidy is going to get to 32. He might not get to 33, he doesn't know, but this streak will not stop until it hits 32-0. So, they hold a tournament. I love me a tournament. It's just good drama, sorry. So, it ends with, here's the Samoa Joe, like, tease for, like a rematch. I'm thinking maybe 3's too much. So maybe this could be the tease for Samoa Joe's rematch. Okay. So here's the final. Samoa Joe versus Wheeler Yuta. Joe's like, no, you took away my streak. You took away my TV title run that was, setting a new record every morning I woke up, right? You broke that. You took that from me. I'm not letting you extend this streak out. I'm going to be the guy who stops you. So Samoa Joe goes up against Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta wins. What? Because he has history with the Best Friends. Wheeler Yuta walked away from the Best Friends to join the Blackpool Combat Club. He said, I want to be like the best Wheeler Yuta I can be. And I'm sorry if I'm the weakest, the least of the best friends. I can't be that. I can't reach my goals. So he turned his back on the Best Friends. He erased that part of his life. He walked away from it. He bleeds BCC. So he has the chance to take that TV title. He has that chance to keep the hot belt going. He can be the next big streak. He can be the next hot champion. Samoa Joe, Orange Cassidy. Who's next? Wheeler Yuta. So it's nothing personal, Orange. I'll keep my hands off you. But when we go in the main event of, let's say, All In or Full Gear or whatever. Look, I'm not great with the dates. Here's the thing. AEW, do better with your calendar. I can't keep track of when, like, what happens when. All In, All Out, help me. I'm sorry. I'm old and I think I have holes in my brain. But here's the thing. When they have that match at, we'll say All In, main event, it's gotta be, right? And Yuta's been coming on. I know people talk about, like, oh, Wheeler Yuta, least of the Best Friends, least of the BCC. Shut it. That's not positive talk. That's not a nice way to talk about a person who is literally getting kicked in the head like 100 times a year for your entertainment. Be nice. So here's the thing. Wheeler Yuta wins. He gets it. Just like Jon Moxley took that international title, Wheeler Yuta, another member of the Blackpool Combat Club, ended Orange Cassidy's streak again. Broke his heart again. And this time at the worst possible moment. 30-1. The streak is over. Orange Cassidy, just like at the end of his international title run, sits on his knees in the ring, dejected, brokenhearted. He came so close. But then Best Friends music hit. Of course, Chris Statlander, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta walk down to the ring, embrace him. You were always enough, Orange Cassidy. You did it. Like, you made us proud. Good job. And that's it. That's Orange Cassidy's year-long run in Ring of Honor. And then he goes back to AEW, hopefully with Ring of Honor, a much more popular and deservedly popular promotion. And AEW gets their international champion back. In their heart, he is the AEW international champion. And he can make another run at that belt. So I hope you liked it.